tuning today. Alright, let's unload this bad boy and see if we can't tune the carburetor.
A few moments later.
So what are you doing, Josh?
Adjusting the toe because this thing's trying to kill me after 50 miles an hour. Every time I start to pick up speed, it wants to dart right or left because the front tires are actually towed out, so it's wanting to do all sorts of random stuff. So I'm kind of just doing it by eyeball now because I didn't bring a tape measure with me. Probably should have brought a tape measure, you know, last second. Took a quarter of a day off of work to do this. I just got done tuning the carburetor and, idle and low range, or idle and mid range, but high end it's like, whoa, it's bogging really bad. So I'm gonna go, we had what, 310s, 300s, and a 270 jet. I think I'm gonna lean it out a little bit because it's either not getting enough or it's getting too much. So this is a Mikuni VM34 carburetor. They're actually really easy to tune. So I'm going to try my hardest to get this result before we gotta go down to Mr. Jimmy DeReesta's. That looks a little better, if not a little towed in. So what I'm gonna do is try that, because when you're going down the road, if it's towed in 1/8 of an inch, as you're going down the road, the tire is actually trying to pull itself straight. So, I mean, it sounds good. That's what I've always told myself, I guess. This one's a little crooked yet, so it's kind of just a little more this way. I might beef these tie rods up too. I don't know if I'm happy about it. I don't feel very safe at speed. I mean, maybe I'll tune a few of them kinks out, but we'll see. That's what this afternoon's for, right? Look at the carburetor. How loose it is.
Why is it so floppy?
Well, this is a solid mount, so I welded this tube to it, but I might have to rethink that. I might have to put a flange on it like it originally had. 2 bolts and then a rubber intake on it, because those Allen keys keep loosening up. But I don't necessarily want to ride this around my neighborhood too much. We're at a secret test location down here, because I rode it for about 15 minutes in my neighborhood, and
It's a really good way to upset your neighbors.
Yeah, I like my neighbors, but it's to the point where they're gonna get pissed off at me. I mean, they like me too, other than the one prick that lives across the street.
He doesn't mind.
No, he's not right in the face of my dad. Probably should have brought the gimbal. You know?
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
If they can't deal with a shaky video.
Yeah, come.
A lightning bug. You see the lightning bug?
It wasn't a lightning bug, it was a beetle.
It was a lightning bug.
Beetle.
You want to fight?
We can fight.
Oh yeah, another thing. Always bring your significant other with you. That way they can tell the police when I show up you're retarded. No, sir, I swear I tried to tell him not to do it. He's just fucking dumb. Yeah, and I don't have a PG channel either.
Or so your significant other can
I'm alright. If you can't deal with some fucks and some shits, and
just play the law like a fiddle and tell the officer it's all mine.
yeah, then you know.
I just wanted to try out my new toy, officer.
to try out my go-kart, officer. Then we got him and show him the boobs. I swear.
Don't get excited, YouTube. Nobody's seeing any boobs today.
Yeah. Debut, first time actually being on, making a video for YouTube. We're talking about boobs and swearing and fucks and.
Well,
Sometimes, I don't know if you ever heard this saying before, people, but an honest man swears a lot. I don't know about her. An honest man swears a lot. Yeah, look at this.
I'm a fucking angel, Chaj.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Beep.
You got me down here sweating like a slave,
Hey,
working on a go-kart. Oh. Life's not all peaches and cream here.
I have to edit that part out.
What, the part where you were saying all sorts of horrible things?
Yeah, that part.
I should have brought real tools with me.
Yeah, mechanic.
Olympia. Drop forged in China. Amanda won't let me buy tools.
Oh,
Problem. I want to buy all tools and loaders. She's like, no, we can't do that.
don't say my government.
Huh?
Don't say my government.
What, your government name? I can say whatever I want. Weirdo. This is Clement Small Engine Repair YouTube. I can say whatever I want. Government name. All they got to do is Google Clement Small Engine Repair, and they can come over and hang out and have a beer with me. I mean, it's not that hard.
Don't say that either. All the creeps will show up.
As long as they bring beer, I don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Irish. I like cold ones after 5. What time is it now?
Oh, you have 4 minutes.
Ugh.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, I better get this thing tuned.
Someone better get me beer.
Get the local watering hole. You're not Irish.
Does it matter?
No. I guess it doesn't.
Lithuanians like our beverages too.
Polish.
Suck my balls.
Hey! Enough with the swear words, woman. You're supposed to be the reserved one.
I'm an angel. We already went through this.
Yeah, The attitude is great.
Yeah.
Wait till I have to edit this. Beep, 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 beep. Polak. La, la, la.
Hey,
What?
don't say that.
I'm Baltic.
I am.
Let me try to make him kiss my ass.
Beep.
I'm really struggling here to get this thing tight.
That's what she said.
You gotta stop that crap. Dork.
Charge.
I can say dork. Yeah, choke lever's loose or loose. That's kind of good because I want to take it out. But this little carburetor setup, I think I need to X-nay the idea of the solid mount. I think that's what's. I mean, I put red Loctite on these. These should have stayed tight. I don't understand why I didn't.
Too much verberating.
That's what you said.
Now who's being the dirty one?
The guy is supposed to say that sort of stuff, okay?
No, I'm sorry. You can't hang out with a guy for 15 years who's always dirty and not pick up a few things.
Is that all we're doing is hanging out?
Yeah.
Using some of your language on me, huh? Down next to the Hudson River, on an abandoned road, where they dumped poop trucks, working on a go-kart. What's my life become? All because I watched a YouTube video.
Just had to add in the poop truck part.
Well, what's more sad, I know almost all the guys that drive the poop truck.
Speaking of poop trucks,
Poop trucks.
we have to
Grab me a
one.
3/8 extension. You know what I might have to do is put green Loctite on these. I think the fuel breaks down Loctite. I'll have to check that out. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't know.
See, now it's nice and tight, but I have a feeling I ride it for a minute here and it's not. All right, now back to what we really started to do here was to tune the high range. This is normally for mid, but it can also do high too. It's acting like it's lacking fuel. So we're gonna go, if these Chinese pliers work, we're gonna go third clip from the top. See if that makes any magical difference in the throttle response is very good, but once you start to get up to like three-quarter throttle and on, it's falling on itself. So it's one of the easiest carburetors and most consistent carburetors, but it takes a little while to get to where you need to get to tuning wise. Like I said, this is a VM34 carb, Mikuni, good carburetor. I know a lot of people like using flat bore or the rectangle slide stuff. I like these because they're cheap. You can find them on almost anything, and they're extremely easy. I'll give you a little instruction on doing tuning on these VM carburetors. This is an oldie too. You can see how crusty it is. Crusty like my unders. Man, it's hot. This blacktop is cooking my rear end here. Alright, so I'm a jerk. I don't have the set screw on it. I did that because I'm tuning it. There's normally a set screw that holds this down. I'll show you a trick. Take a really cheap Stanley screwdriver because that seems to be all I brought today. And give her a couple good and tight whacks just to give it a little turn. It's not the best. I got a bunch of these carburetors laying around. This used to have a cable choke on it, and I replaced it with one of these plunger types. And I'm not 100% sure if I like it or not. I had to grind the side of it so it passed the carburetor cap. But we'll see. How am I going to tighten that? Actually, just like that. Take a socket and stick it on top. I'm a smart thinker. What size do you think that is, man?
I don't know. Quarter?
12, 13,
I don't know.
quarter?
God,
Quarter.
fucking know. Quarter inch? I don't.
I think this here's a quarter inch, says a Monders.
Yeah.
It's a 12 mil.
Just here for moral support.
Yeah.
Hope you buy me beer when we're done.
Yeah, more like when the cops show up, you're like,
It's mine. It's all mine.
I swear, officer, it wasn't his fault. It was mine. I can't turn it around. It's so wide, I can't turn it around. It doesn't want to turn, so that's why I had to go all the way to the end.
I was wondering what the hell took you so long. I started getting nervous. Maybe should I load up all the tools and drive down there and see?
Okay, so we went one clip up. It's got a 300 main. And the idle circuit, air idle is set perfect. This is your air idle mixture. You start at 1.5, drive it all the way in, and then you back it out 1.5 turns. You back your idle down to barely idle, and then you start playing with this a quarter turn at a time, and you wait about 10 seconds in between them, and it'll go up or down. Once you just you'll feel the sweet spot. It's just right there in the sweet spot is where you want to be. So now that I got that set, and I got 300 main gen in it, I changed this needle jet to the center, which is third down. So let's see if this makes any difference. Wash my paws real quick, and then mannequin start me, and off we go. Oops. Joke's off.
Yeah.
That thing's pretty impressive. Still from like could you see it? Could you hear it? Could you hear it hesitating? It was like, yeah. From dead stop to go though, like half throttle, the thing's violent. I don't know if you can see that, but the first time I launched it hard, you know, I got it up on clutch. You know, you can hear me going, and then I let off. It gave me the dizzies like I was on a sport bike again. I was like, this thing's cool. But from 2/3 on, the thing's like, it's not that it's not impressive, it's just flat. And I'm wondering if that, oh, look at me, I'm a mess. I'm wondering if that has anything to do, we're gonna have to change these tires already too. They're junk. I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the clutching. We ought to take the GoPro and mount the GoPro on there and watch what the clutch does. I can't even see. Like, I gotta point my way there and go for it because it's like, it's trying to dart a little bit when it hits something uneven in the road. And I don't know how to explain this thing. This thing is unreal. It's pretty neat. Is it the fastest thing I've ever rode? No. Is it the fastest go-kart I ever rode? Hell yeah. This thing rips. If we get these carburetor issues figured out, I think we're going to be alright. I don't like this fuel line either. Look at it. All floppy. I'm going to put regular, like, automotive fuel line on it. I don't like that stuff. Yeah. It was a good first test. What do you think?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, though. I'm hot.
Yeah, me too.
And I want to go home.
You want to go home? Yeah, me too. Alright, well, we'll wrap this up and we'll look at the carb.
Loose as shit.
We're going to have to do a rubber mount on it. I'm going to have to build some sort of flange.
Well, then good news, YouTube. More videos to come.
Definitely, for sure. Wait till I start building my drag truck. Yeah!
Deuces.